I'm going to show you how I got all the map pieces as quick as possible. This is getting 7 out of the 9 map pieces in the very first day, with only the last 2 being unobtainable. In order to make this work, I had to plan out this route very carefully, and still was cutting it close with seconds to spare. This run took a ton of effort, so if you could leave a like, it would be highly appreciated. Let's get on with the video. Waking up on day 1, the first thing I need to do is get around 225 coins as fast as possible. I first head to the cache behind the waterfall, since it is very close and it's 35 coins. After that, I head over to the ranger station. I steal from the fridge and begin burning some pizza. I stayed in the menu for a little bit longer, since the time is paused, but the pizza's still burning. As it starts to burn, I accept the Fox quest, and I am rewarded with 57 coins as I reach the road. Nothing too crazy yet, but this is about to change. I begin trying to get some good RNG to save time. I need to get to the cache in the middle of those trees and get out as fast as possible. This cache contains 135 coins, which is the last I'll need for now. First, I am looking for a car to take a right turn as I enter the intersection, to save a bit of time. You can see the car gives a little speed boost and gently nudges me towards my forest entrance. I do the maze, I collect 135 coins, and race back out. People at the bus stop alert the rangers and allow me to essentially teleport back to where I need to go without using up any time. I follow the ranger out to the next location and get tackled again. Really quick way to travel back to camp. I buy the shovel and begin trying to get good RNG on the dig sites. From the 2 dig sites that I use, I need 100 coins and a 25 coin bag. Sometimes you can try a ton of times and never get the 100. So on the first one, I settled for the 25. I went over to the other dig site and got the 100 after only a few tries. I ran back to the shop and purchased the disguise and car keys. In order to get all the pieces today, I will need a lot more coins quickly, and this will help us do just that. Earlier in the run, I had to check to see what vehicles had spawned in the ranger station. I'd reset the entire run a couple times before because there was no good cars. Luckily in this one, there is a motorcycle. We can get through the highway really quickly with this. Now it's time to pull up to the arcade. Now I've played these games far too many times. If you don't know, if you beat all the games, you can open the cache in the back of the store. This is amazing for 2 reasons. 1, there's a ton of money in them, 3.5k, which will fund the rest of the run. But also 2, time is frozen when you play the games. So other than making sure I don't lose the games, since they cost 5 coins each time, I can beat these casually. I buy some goodies, including the wristwatch, which shows we are picking up 3.5k coins only 6 hours into the day. As I get out, I waste some time running into a stupid trash can. Oh well, I'm not going to reset all the progress just for that. I then head over to rob the gas station for some energy drinks and beef jerky. At this point, I am loving the motorcycle since I can pretty much avoid all traffic on the road. Okay, well, not all traffic, and trees. Maybe this thing is too fast. Alright, race back to home. Time to buy out the shop. Alright, so let me tell you about the big time constraints in the run. There are 3. First is the golfer. You can't get the golfer map piece after 8 PM. This is our first priority and we will buy clubs and do it quick. Next, we go to the racer. We can challenge him until 11:15, but we need to buy our car, and he's nearby and not out of our way, so let's just take care of that now. We also need the car because our poor motorcycle has left us after golfing. Alright, that was pretty quick, but now our last time constraint is close. We need to get to the ski event booth by 9:30 or else the run is over. Alright, actually I was wrong about the closing time. It was 9:35, 3 minutes to spare. You need to complete the training to challenge the skier for the last piece. Those 3 time-based ones were the hardest to get. Now before the night ends, let's get the last 4. I can fast travel back to camp since it doesn't use up any time after midnight. At this point, I'm realizing I should have purchased a second vehicle. If I did, I could have used Valet Duck instead of running around. Either way, I'm fine on time, and I have energy drinks. I got the hat piece first, picked up the bike, and then blindly drove into the cave, which gave me a little bit of a boost. I lit the fuse and placed the dynamite just in time for a little trick. Last 2 pieces, I got a fish to distract the bees, then I boated across the lake and finished the maze. Even though there was time I could have saved, we got everything done. Okay, now for the last two pieces. We need to go to bed. Raccoon on the second day tells us that there's a plot to save the park. He says something that we need like pieces for a map. Weird, never heard of that. Anyways, Duck gives us a piece, and it tells us that we only need one more to go. That's pretty crazy dialogue right there. I'm super proud of that. We don't have anything left to do but pay the construction ducks to have a little quicker finish tomorrow. So we go to bed. Last piece is the talking fish. He spawns on day 3. We fish him up and we race over to the golf course. We head back and finish the map before 10 a.m. on the 3rd day. Because we haven't even looked at the map dialogue, it glitches and the raccoon just stares at me for 10 seconds instead of saying anything. Anyways, there's the treasure and the park is saved. After the cutscene, it kicks you over to the next day, and that's that. It actually shouldn't be much of a challenge to get the map done by the end of day 3, because you get actually 2 extra days within there. Sadly, those last 2 pieces are time locked, but the challenge was incredibly fun to plan out. All the weird tech I discovered and having that much money only 6 hours into day 1 felt great. Barely beating the clock, but making it work. Anyways, I loved making this and I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please leave a like so others can see it. Let me know if I missed anything or if you have any questions. Until next time, peace.